Denji is having a problem. He's a 16-year-old who hasn't attended school, is dirt poor and subsists on whatever a couple of yen can buy him, and works for the yakuza, killing minor devils. Life stinks, but he has his trusty chainsaw-nosed dog Pochita to keep him company. However, this is a story, and every story requires a catalyst. So the yakuza murder Denji and his dog, throw them in a dumpster, and move on. Pochita combines with Denji, becoming one with his heart and bestowing the Chainsaw Devil's power on him as he cradles his beloved friend. As Chainsaw Man, Denji will exact vengeance, become entangled with a public safety department that battles devils, and eventually become involved in a conspiracy involving that organization and the role of supernatural creatures in our world. The straightforward beginning belies a fast-paced, emotionally charged series of events that spans the first 11 volumes. Denji, who has little knowledge of the world and the emotional IQ of a child, is constantly manipulated and used to the benefit of both heroes and villains. He is particularly motivated by childish romantic liaisons with women, which leads to a particularly fantastic arc involving a girl named Reese, a devil herself, with the ability to blow up her body parts and regenerate. That is both intriguing and ridiculous. Chainsaws can manifest through the Chainsaw Man's limbs and out of his face in a rather grisly manner. There's a man who can turn into a walking shark. There's a guy who can pierce his body with katanas. It's a wild, wacky, entirely manga ride, but it has a significant advantage over the competition. It has amazing characters and a strong story. Regardless of how ridiculous the characters are, you soon find yourself emotionally invested in even the most bizarre of them. Power, a demon girl who turns blood into weapons, is Denji's chronic liar and abrasive younger sister type. Despite her proclivity to lie loudly about everything and barf at the slightest hint of a vegetable in her mouth, her bond with her cat Meowie and her reliance on Denji to keep her grounded in reality make this otherwise ridiculous character lovable and easy to invest in. An author and artist Tatsuki Fujimoto's talent as a mangaka is demonstrated by his ability to create characters who are so outlandish that they are relatable. In genius ways, the 28-year-old cinephile uses his love of film, particularly horror, to inform his situations and characters. One of the best parts of the series is when Denji goes on a date with his boss, Makima, to several movies in a single day. She says that 9 out of 10 movies are not worth your time, but there is one that will change your life and make you feel something. It's a touching moment that demonstrates the author's philosophy through his characters while also injecting humanity into a story about a guy with chainsaws coming out of him killing other monsters with similar deformities. Those character moments are sandwiched between never-ending bursts of inventive, original action and tension. Just when you think you know where the story is going, it teleports you somewhere completely off the map. The action and characters in Chainsaw Man have very sharp, rough art that fits the gritty, dark tone of the series. While the pages and panels aren't always visually appealing, some of the splash pages are memorable, the kind of thing I'd hang on my wall. Much of this is revealed later in the first arc, when we get a glimpse of a Chainsaw Man's version of hell. The gory originality and obvious time and effort put into these pages and panels are out of this world. At first glance, they could be mistaken for Junji Ito's work. I'm doing my best not to get too detailed because part of the appeal of Chainsaw Man is that it never slows down and constantly surprises the reader. If you don't like one volume or set piece, rest assured that it will quickly move on to the next and offer something different. I rarely want to binge read a manga. I need frequent breaks because I have the attention span of a squirrel on a durrell. But I read the entire current 11-volume run of Chainsaw Man in a single day. The first volume was rough, but once it found its footing, this was a manga that hooked me and wouldn't let go. You will never be bored and will want to see where Denji and his friends go, even if that final destination is a miserable one, because it is consistently refreshing and never lingers too long on one character or story, which can be a detriment. Some emotional moments do fall a tad flat. Chainsaw Man is as manga as it gets, reveling in its dark, strange world to create one of the most unique adventures I've read in a long time. With an anime on the way and a growing fandom, now is a good time to jump on board and fall in love with this modern classic.